Next up, at UFC Paris, we have Oumar Sy taking on Woon Jung. Oumar Sy undefeated at 10-0. He's got 8 career stoppages in those 10 wins. He's taking on Woon Jung. 2-3 in his last 5. He is on an unfortunate 3-fight skid. This is absolutely a build-em-up situation. The UFC is trying to turn Oumar Sy into a superstar, and they just might do that. He's an absolute beast. A walking highlight reel of not only knockouts, but submissions as well. Big slams, big explosive actions. He can strike, he can grapple. He is most dangerous as a striker, though, but the takedowns that we've been seeing from him in the UFC have been pretty impressive. 8 finishes in his 10 wins, so I had to go back. He doesn't have any losses to watch. I do like seeing the losses. There were no losses. Why are you doing that?
Oh, Billy. Oh, Billy.
Nobody in this is named Billy. Why would you do that? Why? Like nobody. There's nothing on this screen or any words that came out of my mouth that would trigger that for a normal, of sound mind person. Oumar Sy has 2 fights that weren't a finish. So I went out of my way to watch them because he doesn't have any losses. And if there's not a loss to watch, then let me see which fight went long and what that looked like. He obviously slowed down in those fights. Nothing crazy. He is not a finish or bust kind of guy. He can absolutely win late. Taking on Woon Jung. Woon famously, a few years ago, all the UFC could talk about is 16-fight unbeaten streak. 16 fights he hasn't lost. Well, now he's lost 3 in a row, and we are witnessing a downward spiral. He's a pretty well-rounded guy. We watched him take down, what is that, Amanda Hebos. Watch your story. Didn't reply to it, so that sucks for you. 8 takedowns when he beat up our buddy William Knight. We've seen him knock people out early. We've seen him do all the things. Woon Jung's a very well-rounded guy. He is coming off that submission loss to Carlos Ulberg there, though, a little more than a year ago. I mentioned this in the other breakdown, but I'm going to say it again here in case you didn't see it. Oumar Sy is going to win. They purposely gave him this matchup. This is how the UFC marketing machine works. Pay attention. Oumar Sy is a big guy. He's fun. He's exciting. He's not the typical boring French savate-style fighter. So they have a guy in Woon Jung that has you could make a 20-minute highlight of him doing incredible stuff. He was on a 16-fight unbeaten streak. He was knocking people out. He was submitting them. He was taking down William Knight over and over and over. So they have all the footage they need to put together a highlight reel like Woon Jung is still that guy, even though he is not. So on our broadcast Saturday, we're going to see the UFC hyping up Jung like he was that guy just so we could watch Oumar beat him, and then we leave that being like, how good is Oumar? Oumar's the pick. Minus 450 feels like very good odds, especially at this point in the card when some of these odds have gotten away from us. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Can you give us a Billy?
I'm not doing that weird bullshit.
Oh, Billy.
Was that from, what is that from? Ace Ventura?
You find new ways to disappoint me every day.
Is it Billy Madison? It's not Billy Madison.
Every day you find new and exciting ways to just fucking disappoint the shit out of me.
What is it from?
I think I've played the clip on the fucking stream before.
Before we were live, Cable Guy? I don't remember that movie.
Brain!
Before we were live, I got the Night at the Roxbury reference, so good for me. Who do you think wins this fight?
And I was like, Amelia!
Who do you think wins this fight?
And I was like, Oumar Sy! I think he wins the fight. I mean, this guy is good. He wants to get to the wrestling. He wants to get to the grappling. And I know last fight he was kind of very methodical in the way he went about that, which is really good to see, right? He's not like a Jailton Almeida who's going to just blast in and tries to get for the finish right away. He's going to take his time, and if you want to get back to your knees, that's fine. He's going to grab your wrist. You're going to go back down to the ground. But if you watch old school footage of this guy, he can be pretty fucking nasty with the ground and pound as well. So I know a lot of people are probably going to chase this fight, look for better odds, see the submission bet, and want to chase that submission bet. But he will get on top and do some ground and pound as well. So I'd be a little bit careful trying to chase like sub. But I do believe in Oumar Sy. I just think he's good enough with the hands to get to the wrestling, which is where he wants to be. And he's really good in the wrestling and the grappling as well. So, Woon Jung's always going to be live kind of with that power. But Oumar, like I said, he's not a telegraphed, I'm shooting no matter what type of guy. He sets it up and should be able to get it done.
I agree, and I think this is set up for him. This isn't a let's see how good he is. This isn't a let's give Woon Jung another chance. This was purposely set up so they have all the highlights, everything they can brag about, and get Oumar the win. As I mentioned, minus 450. You know, I know you guys love your 15-leg plus money parlays, but minus 450 is not terrible. You parlay that with a minus one something, all of a sudden you got really good odds on a
I'll be honest.
parlay.
I've got it in a little parlay. I've got it in a few parlays. I like them.
There we go.
I like them. He's cute too.
$9,400 also. I do think that should be worth it in a lineup or two. I think he finds a finish here. He certainly can come forward, get it done. We love wrestling in DraftKings Fantasy, and we love finishes in DraftKings Fantasy. We may get both of those things here. If you do want to unlock Jacob's Sassy Parlay, you can do so now. It's $10 for an entire month.
Oh, my God. I could taste it. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
When you said sassy, I could taste it. What do I taste right now in my mouth? Come on, Angelo.
Cherry pie? I don't know.
No, come on. Think about sassy. Think about what would be my mouth be filled with right now.
Okay.
Come on, think about it.
Come.
Dude, what the fuck? I'm talking about sassy dip. From
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck, dude? What are you doing? Where are you going with this? Your cousin's wife makes a dip called Sassy Dip that's fucking incredible. Whatever she calls Sassy, whatever it is.
It is called Sassy. It had no name, so she just named it Sassy.
It's fucking incredible. It's like a sweet, spicy, whatever.
It is. It is.
And
incredible.
you said what?
I don't remember what I said, but that is a delicious dip. I have the recipe. I'll share the recipe.
I know. I thought that you knew. I mean,
holy
shit.
Well, you kind of asked for that one. Oh boy. If you want to save this man and get him to church, well, $10 will help. We'll get him some pamphlets. Just go to WeWantPicks.com, become a premium member. It's $10 for an entire month. You can
pass around the plate.
You're going to get 4 events for that $10. UFC Paris, UFC 307, the 2 very good fight nights immediately following that. We're on a 9-event streak here with no breaks. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. Yeah,
Jacob is full Diddy. I'm talking about a fucking a chip
Sassy
dip,
dip
a
is
cracker dip. Don't you really do? Isn't it crackers? Isn't it better with crackers? I can't remember.
She gets those like super thin crackers, like the like bleached white thin ones, and it's really.
It literally is like every time you take a bite, it's like a different flavor, and you can never figure out what
amazing.
it is.
It's got jelly on top. It's got like cream cheese, sour cream, shredded cheese. There's like cayenne pepper in there. It's very good.
Yeah,
like
literally.
It's a very good dip.
I think we should start.
You know what sucks
that
though?
could be the We Want Picks dip. We can start bottling it and selling it.
You know what sucks though is,
and we'll call it "Come for Angelo."
She started making some. Casey showed up with it at the. You watched me house that dip. That wasn't sassy dip. That's like jalapeno popper dip, where it's jalapenos and bacon and all that shit in there.
I saw you.
And it's very good, but she likes making that now instead of the sassy dip. The sassy dip so much.
We need Casey, get her in the fucking line.
Get her under control. He strikes me as a guy who runs his house, but maybe not. We do have a $1.99.
Just got off a horse.
He is bow-legged. $1.99 super chat from MMA NFL with IDN. Hey Jacob, are you going live tomorrow and or Saturday?
Just kind of depends on what kind of mood I wake up in, honestly.
There you go.
Or what kind of fucking mood you people put me in tonight. And this fucking dumbass sitting across to me. I'm trying to find this picture because before we move on, I'd really like to reference this picture.
Did you take a picture of me just plowing that dip? $2 super chat from Ollie Point VTV. Jacob, why are you going for Gisette? Well, if you just sit tight for a few minutes, we'll get there. I didn't even know
have some fucking patience.
We'll get there. Thank you for the $2 super chat. We'll get there, I promise you.
Where is this picture?
All right, well, I'm moving on while you try to find whatever the hell is happening here.